Hey YouTube, I made some updates to the Curse deck that I was working on yesterday, and started playing some Pro Ladder games. Overall my results have been pretty lukewarm thus far. I went 5 and 4 in the Pro Ladder with the games that I played so far with this deck, but many of those losses felt avoidable had I played better. Monsters was everywhere, so I wanted my golds to be answers to the Neckers, which led to me adding Muzzle over the Geralt Ard. When the Consume deck gets to do its thing, it looks so unbeatable. We're going to look at a mirror match that I played earlier today on the Pro Ladder. This Muzzle is so many points. I'm basically stealing a 12-point unit. Herald is difficult to find a window to play in this matchup. If you can sneak him through a damage effect, he should win the round. Unfortunately, this deck has a ton of ways to kill his Wilmar. He has the degenerate Udalric, and I'm forced to pass, letting him win the round a card down. I feel a lot better about getting Udalric after seeing him expend both Croc and Herald into the round. He's played one of his big plays, and all I've used are a bronze and a gold. It's not exactly carryover, but it feels somewhat favored if he open passes in round 2. He opts for the open pass, and I have a few options for taking the round. If I don't think I'll be able to find value with the Herald, I can just use it here. I could Skjal and hope to hit more Clark for carryover while turning on the Restore, or I could just play the worst card in my hand. With his Herald and Croc gone, I felt Yennefer was slightly more valuable than Marauder going into round 3, since I'll probably have a good Unicorn. This is probably wrong. Since round 3 is going to be the long round, the Marauder is basically guaranteed to be 15 points or more, where things have to go pretty right for Yennefer to be better. The plan is to Freya on Berserker Marauder and Battle Maiden it. Then if Battle Maiden dies, I can restore for the third Berserker, so I choose to send back the Marauder. I'm a little concerned that my Ant has too many reses, but realistically something will die this round and that won't be an issue. I'll lead on Herald. This looks wrong, but it might be proper. My thinking at the time was he'd probably need to use one of his Bear Enablers to kill off the Wilmar, and I never want to play Herald while he has Raging Berserker in play. So this seemed like a good window to get it out. The reasoning to hold on to it, especially for a long round 3, is that the mini lacerate from Wilhelm was actually going to be worth real points. Unfortunately, damaging his units by 1 in this matchup isn't very good, and might even favor him if he holds his Marauders until the end. So overall, this seems like a solid window to get him down and force a response. Unfortunately, he has the best response in Grimmest for Roar, and I just take on my 11-point Freya, setting up the Battle Maidens. He opts to Sigriffa his Herald when he knows I have an answer in Craite. Let's look at this for a second. His Jenge is at 17, so reviving Jenge is worth 19, plus he enables your Bear, and sets up extra points for Marauder. Let's say he already has a different enabler for the Bear, so assuming he plays all 3 Marauders this round, Jenge is worth 19 plus 6, 25 points. Herald is 13, then if we assume the skulls go off for free, he gets an extra 3 from Wilfred, approximately nothing from Wilhelm, as Wilhelm is basically donating value to my board. The revive looks to be only worth 16 points. I have a couple options for dealing with the skulls. I could Yen for Kieranix, but after some brief consideration that's just terrible. It would damage his whole board and enable his Berserker. I could also Yen for Unicorn, which is roughly a 10-point play and takes Wilmar out of range for most of his bronze removal. This is also pretty bad though. He hasn't used his Lugos yet, and it would heal all my damaged minions, which I'd much prefer stay damaged. In the end, I decided to just bring out Denji. Instead of the Strengthened Skull though, I should have damaged the Battle Maiden. The Strengthened Skull is going to be hit by his Wilhelm anyway, and I'd rather have the damage on the Battle Maiden for extra value on my third Marauder. Hjalmar kills my big guy, which I'm totally fine with, and I kill his Raging Berserker while I can. This Skjal is in an awkward spot. If he rolls into Marauder, I want to play him after I Sigriffa for my Denji again. But if he rolls into Raging Berserker, I want to play it first so that I can enable it with Denji. There are twice as many bears in my deck as there are Marauders though, so I choose to Skjal early. Now that he's played out 2 of his Marauders, I feel a little better about taking this Wilhelm. The plan is to Yennefer into Kieranix next turn anyway to load the Battle Maiden into my grave for Restore, so if he doesn't immediately play the res from Marauder, he won't get any extra value for the damaged units anyway. He plays his 11-point Bronze, and I take my 31-point Restore. He's playing around Warcrier with his Lugos, but unfortunately for him, that plays into Armorsmith. His Warcrier is worth 19 points, and my Armorsmith is worth 21. I feel pretty confident here that nothing can win the game for him. Then he plays Royal Decree into Coral for Exactsies. Both myself and my opponent made certainly suboptimal plays over the course of this game, but he narrowly edged it out by the 2-point bonus from Royal Decree in the end. Since this game, I cut the Yennefer from my deck to play Royal Decree myself, and it's been pretty good. While you lose a bit off the ceiling from not having the potential for drawing all 4 of your golds, the toolbox is so powerful, and it functions as another gold that answers Necker. Until next time.